we will be dealing with the different parts on the communication skills. So it is in line with communication in organization. Okay, so we will be discussing the business correspondence, transition words, subject-verb agreements. I will be adding also some topic in regards to paraphrasing, because later I will be giving you some tasks, then you will do the research online, then i-paraphrase natin para hindi tayo ma-technical sa plagiarism. So, we will start first with the business correspondence, and if we have a time, we'll go through with the transition word, subject-verb agreement, paraphrasing. So in that way, it would be easy for us later on to go through with the given subjects. Okay? Para mabilis nating maintindihan. That's the mere point. Okay, business correspondence. Communication skills in a written formats. So now, in this certain part, I'll try to work out how we communicate properly. This is part actually on communication in organizations. So business correspondence mostly is in a written format when we communicate in a certain organization. Very important ito. Gaya ngayon, digital na. So when we communicate with our boss, saan tayo? We send an email, di ba? When we communicate with our supplier, we send an email. So it's quite hard right now to send a hard copy or to go through and communicate with them, because a written document is more important in a legal form kasi nakasulat siya. Okay, so we need to work out at first. So here I have some video presentation, the importance of business writing. This is part of communication in organizations, but we will try to go through hand by hand. We will be discussing how to write properly and professionally in a proper format, sentence structure. Okay. I want you to take note some certain points.
To me, writing is really the base and the fundamental of everything in business, no matter what business you're in. But in what I do in marketing and advertising, writing is by far the most critical component of everything that we do.
Communication is important in any field, so not just verbal communication, but written communication. A lot of times you don't have the opportunity to sit down with somebody and talk to them. You really have to rely on your writing skills to convey the message that you want to share.
We have to be able to communicate with the customer, our members. We have to be able to respond in the method that they try to contact us. So if it's via email or via chat, we respond in that manner. It's a little difficult to find people that have that skill. Some people, most people communicate verbally, but being able to communicate with top writing skills is a talent to find.
It's actually very crucial in real estate to have great writing skills. Most people don't realize that, but you market properties all day long. That descriptiveness is key to why you may or may not sell a house. It's also why people will hire you just as much.
Yes.
In school, it's always about in 250 words or in 300 words. When you're writing in a business environment, you're trying to think about how do I get my message across, but do it succinctly without having people go through a whole lot of data. Mostly you're summarizing information so that you can move it along and get action rolling.
One of the things that people do is they judge you based on your grammar. It's just a fact of life. And if you're miscommunicating and using improper grammar, that reflects poorly on you and your organization.
When you work with clients and customers, you have to think about the message you want to convey and the tone you want to convey it in. It's crucial to look at, what am I trying to convey? What do I want them to understand? And again, as it comes back to marketing, what do I want to entice them about?
You really need to think about the response that you're going to get from the person as they read it.
Yes.
That to me is always the most important, because the written word is a lot different than the spoken word, because there's no real way that they can see your reactions. So what I try to do is write something, read it a few times, maybe put it away for a little while if it's very important, and make sure to take a second look.
Okay, so what advice for the students? Same as yours.
I would advise them to read a lot and to practice their writing skills. Writing and reading are two things that you just can't overemphasize.
Learn how to develop
Sentence
great
structure.
sentence structures. Learn how to be descriptive. Descriptive is a key part to writing in real estate from the marketing aspect of it. Also learned how to be precise and
details as
detailed
well.
and record facts accurately. They're important on the litigation side of it as well.
Practice your writing skills. Reading and writing go hand in hand. If you're a good reader, you're going to be a good writer. Don't make assumptions about what your audience may know or not know. Make sure that when you are summarizing data that you're succinct, but at the same time comprehensive in what you're sharing. If you leave somebody with a lot of questions, it kind of diminishes your credibility in some cases. But being succinct and being able to convey your message very quickly and comprehensively is really key in the business world.
Yes,
I think presentation classes are incredibly important. We do tons of those here. I think business writing classes are important, and creative writing is a lot of fun and very important too. We really work in probably 3 to 4 completely different styles of writing. All of them are probably the most important foundation of what we look for when we hire people, that they make sure that they do have those writing skills.
So once again, we cannot deny the fact that many people will judge you based on your writing. Okay, so later on, I'll give you the task to write. So sad to say, I could be able to judge you. Yes, many times it happens actually. In our school, someone will be applying for a position or a job. Yes, I will read their CV. I will read their credentials. Then I will just give them a task. Please write. Okay, when their response is not proper, when their response is not accurate, so poor in sentence structure, very poor in its grammar. So even you've reached some certain credentials, kahit ang taas ng grades mo dun sa may transcript of record mo, ang taas ng achievement mo, but now what we are checking is your potential right now. Okay, now when we ask you to write, okay, it shows there your ideas, it shows there your capability. Okay, so that's the first point that we need to work out, because whatever we will be doing later on, it will reflect on the fundamentals on how we comprehend and how we write. Okay, so the first advice, what's the best advice that you've heard for you to improve your communication skills or your writing skills? What's the best advice you've heard? Okay.
Read a lot.
To read a lot. You need to read a lot.
Practice and read a lot.
Yes, practice and read a lot. Miss Maria, what book you are reading time by time? Are you reading or just taking your don't have time or what? Are you reading something? Miss Janet, are you reading something time by time?
No.
No. Oh, so how we could be able to work out our writing with this? So it's hard, right? So yes, Miss Lucy, anything that you are reading time by time, Miss Lucy? May binabasa ba tayo? O sino may mga binabasa dyan? Yeah.
Menu.
So
Menu lang binabasa ko, sir.
Menu lang, no? Ang mga ingredients sa niluluto mo. My God.
Lutuin na yan.
Sino dito? A while ago, I asked someone, sir, I want to improve my English skill. There's someone in your group actually. For you to improve, even you yourself, you can teach yourself on how to write, on how to communicate in English properly. Just read, okay? But there will be there's a difference sometimes if we don't understand what we are reading, what you should do. Teach yourself as well how to do the what? How to do the referencing or check the meaning. Okay, that's the mere point. Okay, so on today's discussion, we'll try to work out first business correspondence. When we say correspondence, what does it mean? If your boss will ask you, please do the correspondence, what does it mean? Anong ibig sabihin nun? Yes, Miss Janet, what does it mean when we say correspondence?
Do your task.
correspondence, do your task, communicate to either sa supplier, baka sabihan ka ng boss mo, communicate with the supplier. Do the correspondence. What does it mean?
Sagutin mo do your responsibility. Or
Do your, which means we need to communicate with them in a written format. Okay? Either to send them an email or to write a letter, send in a hard copy. Okay? That is what we call correspondence. So we will be checking this communication skills in a written format. So a while ago, we showed you already the videos. Now we will be checking the format and structure of a letter writing. So the notes I will be uploading in your LMS, you can take some points as well. So business correspondence, letter writing. So in this task, you will be presented with a situation and asked to write. Same as on the business management requirement natin, you will be asked to write. Di ba? But we need to make it easy in the very first point so that you can easily adjust. Like what task you are writing right now, is you're applying for a job. That is common things we are doing. When we apply for a job, we will write a cover letter or we will send an email to the company where we are applying. So in those certain content, we be able to know if we are complying or not properly or professionally. So here, we will be able to work out in correspondence, in doing the correspondence in a professional format. So here, this is a given example, same as what you have. We will be spending some couple of minutes. So which means try to work out as well, not just to the entire hour na magsusulat ka lang dyan. No, try to limit yourself because giving a specific timing, start time and end time, for example, I asked you to write 15 minutes. So which means your brain will help each other to what? To squeeze out the ideas, right? Diba? Kasi kung hindi ka sanay to work in a given pressure, so you will be having the difficulty. So we gave you some sort of pressure, which means when I gave you the task at home, try to do in a given period of time. Okay? Don't just give yourself 1 hour to write, 2 hours to write. So it's no use actually. So which means try to give a pressure to yourself. Okay, comply what is being asked in a short period of time. Parang utak natin masanay to comply in a given pressure in a given period of time. Okay, so we do understand somehow. So this is the typical question. So here, task we need to comply 150 words. So same as that in our subject being asked, given task, we are required to write 700, 650 words. So as what I've showed you a while ago, that is how easy to write, how easy to know if you're writing the given required number of words or not. So this is a typical question, same as what I've showed a while ago. So that is the task for you to do in a correspondence. So an assessment criteria, so which means pag nagsulat ka, hindi lang ibig sabihin na ang sinulat mo, tama ang spelling, ang sinulat mo, okay yung punctuations niya. Hindi lang yon. So we are doing or we are following this what we call assessment criteria. So number 1, task achievement. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Miss Carmi, what does it mean when you say task achievement? In your own understanding, what do we mean when we say correspondence? Oh, sorry, task achievement.
Task achievement. Sir, you're hearing me?
Yeah. What does it mean?
Ito.
Ano ibig sabihin nito?
The one we need to do for us to be able to finish the task.
Okay, which means kung ano yung tinanong, sinagot mo ba? Okay? Kung tinanong mo number 1, di ba? What's the number 1 question sa letter writing natin a while ago? Introduce yourself on the first requirement. So in-introduce mo ba ang self mo? The second one, ano nga? The second one on the task that I asked you? Where is it? On the letter writing? Here, introduce yourself, the first task. Explain what sort of job. Say what experience. And magsulat ka ng 150 words. Okay? Same as that on the task that we will be giving you in the business management. Kung
Sir, this applies the 3 W's?
Yeah, yes, it applies. It applies. So, but here, we need to check also only what is being asked there. Okay, what is being asked. So task achievement, 25%. Okay, coherence and cohesion. What does it mean? The flow and connections of your writings. Baka yung mga sinulat mo hindi magkatugma or it's hard to understand kasi isang point mo walang connection dun sa isang sentence mo. Okay, so 25% in ito. So what else? How about lexical resource? What does it mean? Ito bago to. Guys, another point, if there are some certain words you don't understand, try to shut down. Magsulat kayo. For example, lexical resource. I don't know that words. It's new to me. Okay? Because here, we need to improve our vocabularies as well. So try to take note some certain words that you don't understand. And later on, go to the YouTube or go to Google and try to check what's the meaning. Very well? So lexical resource, what does it mean? Your vocabularies. Vocabulary. Sorry?
Dictionaries.
Lexical resource is your vocabularies. What does it mean? If you are using just common words, common. So we can use vocabulary. Very common siya. We use the other term, lexical resource, which means pwede tayong gumamit ng mga synonym words. When we do our writing, para hindi tayo ma-technical sa plagiarism, we should know how to use the different synonyms. Hindi lang yung copy-paste natin. Okay? That, for example, task. Give me some other synonym for task. Synonym for task. Activities, right? The certain requirements. Okay? So we are using different word, but same ang meaning niya. Okay, you get me? So for you not to be technical with regards to plagiarism, so you need to know on how to use synonym words. So which means a lexical resource na to, if you're just using common words, so medyo mababa din ang percentage mo dito. Mababawasan siya. Grammar and accuracy. Okay? So sometimes, I've heard many times, yung may mga kababayan tayo na nagtrabaho sa abroad, wow, nagiging ang accent nila, medyo na American accent na. I have someone known na nakapangasawa ng Amerikano, naging American accent. But when she talk, her grammar is wrong. So we must be careful. You get my point? So ganun, pag uwi natin sa Pilipinas, wow, English speaking tayo. Pero are you sure enough you're using the proper grammar, correct grammar? Diba? So same as that, when we write a sentence, grammar and accuracy. Accuracy in regards to its spelling, punctuation, capitalization. So we must be aware on all of those stuff. Okay? So these are the assessment criteria when we write. So that is how we check your writing. So now, give me some different types of letter. Ano, a while ago, application letter. Ano pang other types of letter that you've known? Yes. Any types of letter that you've known? Love letter.
Love letter.
Excuse letter.
Excuse letter. You know what? The recent generation is totally different before. Before we used to write love letter, di ba? During the time of Valentine's Day, we used to buy a stationery. Magsulat talaga tayo. That's why ang communication skills natin dati is better compared to the recent generation. Kasi ngayon, magsulat lang, wrong spelling, magchat-chat, wrong spelling pa, shortcut pa. Diba? So that is the difference of what we are before and right now. So that's why we need to refresh ourselves with those certain things that we have. Okay, ano pa? Love letter, excuse letter, application letter,
invitation letter,
yes, invitation
letter, apologize letter,
the letter of apology, resignation. Yes, sino na magre-resign dito?
Leave. Leave.
Magre-resign na kayo. So tingnan niyo to paano ba gawin. What else? Ano pa? Other types of letter that we've known. A lot more actually, right?
Yes.
We have a lot of letters that we know. So here, we could be able to know the proper format and setup for this. So like, for example, letter of request, a letter of condolence, letter of appreciation, a letter of advice, feedback, and suggestions. We know those. Letter of apology, and a lot more actually. So the different types of letter. But we should know if the letter we are writing should be formal or not. Our letter,
Yes.
which should be written, is formal or not. Okay, can you give me, pag nagsulat tayo ng application letter, formal ba siya or informal? Can you tell me?
Formal.
Formal letter. Okay, very well. If you're writing to your boss, formal or informal?
Formal.
Formal, of course. If you're writing to your friend,
Informal.
pwede siyang gawing semi-formal or informal. Okay? So we should know how to write the formal and informal. Baka nagsusulat ka sa boss mo, hindi mo alam pala yung sinusulat mo informal na. You got me? So there are some certain procedure for that. Hindi lang yung nagsulat tayo okay na, hindi. But there are some certain points. Formal ba yun or informal? To let you know at first. What is a formal or informal letter? Okay, ito isa-isahin natin ha. Isa-isahin natin. The notes, ang notes nito uploaded na dun sa may kwan nyo ha, sa class library. I'll be giving you the account. Formal letter. Ang formal letter natin does not use contraction. Okay? Contraction, like for example, can't, won't, and haven't. Oh. Anong tawag natin dito? Contraction. Wag construction, ha? Many times students will tell me, Sir, there's no construction.
Contraction.
Okay, give me more different contraction. That's why I told you a while ago. If you write I'm. Informal na yon. So you are sending a letter for an application. Informal yon. Okay. Ano pa? Give me some more. Who can't,
Warren,
haven't,
can't,
aren't.
Warren,
Wouldn't. Should be what, Miss Maria? Wouldn't should be would not.
Yeah,
So
would not.
So we should minimize. Couldn't, could not. Okay? So minimize natin. It's not allowed. Pag nagsulat tayo ng formal letter, ilagay natin yung contraction. Okay? So you know right now.
Don't use
contraction. Okay. Colloquialism. Ano to? Colloquialism. I want you to do the research somehow. Use if bago yung mga words sa inyo, lista nyo. Okay? And never use slang word. Colloquialism is just like, pwede kang sabihin, ASAP. What does it mean, ASAP?
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Quickly.
As soon as possible. Magsulat ka ng letter sa boss mo, then lagyan mo ASAP. Wow. It's not allowed actually. Parang demanding ka, no? Okay. So those are sample colloquialism. And never use slang word. Hey, okay? Yo. So most certain slang words is not allowed in formal letter writing. And make it more professional and less personal tone. That's what I mean when I say personal, less personal tone. What does it mean? Personal tone like you repeated many times. A while ago, sino nagkanon that she introduced
Miss
many
Lopez
times.
yun.
I, my, me. So minimize nyo siya. So dapat professional tone siya palagi. You get me? Okay, now medyo nagkaroon na kayo ng insight. Mali pa lang ginagawa ko. So I need to revise. So that's the difference. Those individuals who have the learnings and those who haven't. Okay? Informal letter. Sa informal letter, walang problema. For sure, palagi kayo nagsusulat ng informal letter. Okay? Okay lang yung may contractions. Okay? Delivers a message in a personal and often colloquialism. Personal tone, it's fine. Informal, kaya nga tinatawag siyang informal writing. Okay? Personal and friendly tone, walang problema. Sa ating, anong tawag natin dito? Informal letter writing. You got me? So that's the difference. Number one. That's the difference number one. So secondly, contraction, ha?
Contraction.
Okay. Also here, for formal letter, yes, you are writing for your boss, college, official, etc. Yes, we know already to whom I will write formal and to whom I will write informal. You get me? So you can write informal letter to your friends, neighbor, younger relatives, okay? Co-worker can do. Others, they do a mixture. mixture of formal and informal, we call that one as semi-formal. Clear all my drawings. Now, okay. Okay, next. Okay, I want you to decide if it is formal or informal. I want you to decide what sentence is formal and what sentence is informal. For a while, I will just clear all my screen. Where is it? Why is it hindi ma-clear screen siya? Erase ko na. Oh, eraser. For a while, I will just stop. Okay, very well. Okay, now I want you to check if it is formal or informal. Okay, can you read the first sentence, Miss Sample 1 and Sample 2, Miss Maria?
Yeah. I am writing to request reissue of the documentation that comes with your 93 model copy maker. Please allow me to describe my circumstances. This letter is formal.
This letter is formal. We'll check. Option yan.